So one of the things that we need to be thinking about is when we're on the stream page, we are able to create announcements or reuse posts. And when we're reusing posts, those are only announcements that may have been created in another class, not reusing posts such as assignments or questions. Where we need to go when moving into the beta is through the classwork tab. Within the classwork tab, we have the ability to select create, and this is where we would find the assignment, the question, reusing a post such as an assignment or a question. Again, on this page, you're not going to be able to reuse comments. That would have to happen on the stream page. And then you also have topics. What has changed on this page by creating topics, you have the ability to see these banners that separate all of this information for you, creating more of an organized look. From here, you can move this stuff down. So maybe instead I want my documents to be the top. I can move that test topic down one level. If I need to move it again, all I have to do is go move down again. And now slides, as you can see, has moved up. So when we think about creating topics, we might consider doing chapters or units or possibly even standards, which might help us better understand or see how students are performing in each of those sections or topics that we create. So when we're creating an assignment, we're going to click on Create Assignment. It tells us what class this is going to, and we have the ability to select specific students or all students. So there might be an opportunity for us to do some differentiation here, thinking about maybe some remediation. And essentially all you need is a title of your assignment. When we do the title of our assignment, I definitely would want to consider how I want this organized at this point. So while we still have the ability with topics to kind of organize this information, what happens in the Google Classroom is that with every assignment we create, a folder is created within your Drive where students are going to be submitting that work. So essentially what we want to think about is what is the best naming structure or naming pattern that we can come up with. I have seen the possibility of going ahead and using dates or maybe even chapters. Chapter 1, Lesson 1, that helps organize it. What we need to understand is that when we put it into Google Drive, it will alphabetize. So one of the structures I really like is a 3-digit number. When I put those 3 digits in, I'm using that hashtag that always puts that first. And then I have the potential of having 999 assignments, which is more than enough in a class throughout a school year. The next thing we want to consider is the instructions. And while it says optional, I would strongly recommend that you be as clear and specific as possible when you're developing those instructions. So you might put something like create a doc, submit your reflection, making sure that you're hitting step by step. Numbering systems tend to help. In addition, you might consider attaching those same directions in a Google Doc so that students would have access that way as well. All you have to do now is think about, do I want a due date for this assignment? Selecting a due date also allows you to go as deep as even putting time on that. What will happen on the student end is as that date nears, that is pushing it closer and closer for them and puts it on a calendar, as well as sends them notifications about whether they've submitted or not submitted the assignment by the deadline. With topics, this is a good place to either create a topic if it doesn't already exist or ensure that you're organizing that information. If you don't use a topic, it will go into a no topic kind of landing section, which can be disorienting for students. So the more organized you can be on the front end, the better. You have the ability to attach documents from your computer, so seeking that out through your computer or going to your Drive, adding YouTube videos or even some URLs can be also added at this time. When you go to assign the assignment, you have some options. If you just click assign, it's going to post that out for students. If you schedule it out, you can get ahead of the game and kind of be a little more efficient with your time, setting those deadlines in advance, or you can save a draft. I've used this feature specifically when I'm co-teaching and I want someone to look at it before I post it out to students. That's a nice opportunity to kind of get that co-plan, co-serve with the partner that you're working with. Once you have everything that you need attached to this information, just simply click Assign, and it will push it onto the page. Like I said, the situation here was I did not put a topic for this, so it is always going to appear at the top. I can edit that if I should have found that I needed rather to put that into a docs to use topic rather than just laying it out there with no topic. And what you'll find it is moving it here. I can move this up. So this assignment actually was created today, and the previous one was created earlier in the day, actually in July. And then what you can do for students then is kind of help them seek that information by keeping it towards the top, or it's always going to appear in this order. And this is essentially how you create an assignment or a question or reusing a post. All of those features can be found right here in the classwork tab.